Hey everyone, today I'm sharing how to make the perfect homemade bread loaf, a soft, fluffy, and absolutely delicious. It's perfect for sandwiches, toast, or even just on its own. It's super easy, requires no kneading, method to get bakery quality results at home. Also, I'll explain how to make a gluten-free version and an eggless bread option. So, no matter your preference, there's something here for everyone. Every step of the way, I'll be sharing my best pro tips to make sure your bread turns out perfect, even if you're a beginner. And stick with me till the end, because I'll also show you how to turn this bread into a simple yet delicious sandwich. Let's get started. First, take a large mixing bowl. Now I'm going to mix all the dry ingredients together. Add 300 grams of bread flour to the bowl. Here's a tip. I always recommend you to use bread flour for better gluten development, which gives the bread its soft, chewy texture. Now add 30 grams of milk powder. Milk powder enhances the flavor and softness of the bread, making it perfect for sandwiches. It's optional, so if you don't want to use it, that's totally fine. Just skip it. Then add 20 grams of sugar. Sugar adds a slight sweetness to balance the flavors. And lastly, add 4 grams of salt. Mix everything together with a whisk or spoon. And just like that, our dry ingredients are ready to go. Now take another bowl and prepare the liquid ingredients. This step is super easy. Let me show you how. First, add 175 milliliters of milk. Then crack 1 egg into the bowl. Now add 5 grams of instant dry yeast. I love using instant yeast because there's no need to activate it beforehand. Just mix it directly into the liquid. So simple, right? Mix the ingredients together with a fork or whisk until well combined. Now that our dry and liquid ingredients are ready, it's time to bring everything together. But here's the exciting part. We're not going to knead the dough. Pour the liquid mixture into the bowl with the dry ingredients. Grab your spatula or spoon and start mixing until you have shaggy, sticky dough. Don't stress if the dough looks messy or sticky right now. That's exactly what we're going for. Trust me, it will hydrate as it rests. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap or a damp towel. This part is so magical. Let the dough rest for 20 to 30 minutes. This resting time helps the flour absorb the liquid and kickstarts gluten development without any effort. Isn't that amazing? Now for the fun part, the stretch and fold method. This is where the dough really comes to life. Wet your hands with water to prevent sticking. Trust me, it makes handling sticky dough so much easier. Gently grab one side of the dough, stretch it upward, and fold it over to the opposite side. Feel that stretch? That's the gluten working its magic. Rotate the bowl 90 degrees and repeat. Cover the bowl and let the dough rest for 15 minutes. We'll repeat this process 3 more times, letting the dough rest between each round. You'll notice the dough getting smoother and more elastic with every fold. It's such a satisfying transformation. You're going to love watching it happen. After the first rest, pour 15 milliliters of vegetable oil onto the dough. This is where the magic happens. We're adding oil now to make the dough softer, easier to handle, and to add extra moisture for a better texture. Trust me, you'll feel the difference. Use your hands to gently stretch and fold the dough as before. Feel that? The oil is gradually absorbing into the dough, making it even more luscious with every fold. Don't worry if it feels sticky at first. That's totally normal. The dough will become smoother and more elastic as you continue folding. Cover the bowl and let it rest for another 15 minutes. Repeat the stretch and fold process 2 more times, letting the dough rest for 15 minutes between each round. With each round, you'll notice the dough transforming. It becomes smoother, more elastic, and so much easier to handle. It's like watching your hard work come to life. After the final stretch and fold, cover the bowl and let the dough rise for 45 minutes to 1 hour until it doubles in size. This is such an exciting step. Seeing your dough rise is always so satisfying. If it's winter and your kitchen feels cold, here's a little trick. Proof the dough in your oven with the light on. You can even place a bowl of warm water inside to create a cozy, warm environment for the dough. Once the dough has risen beautifully, just look at that fluffy, airy texture. It's time to shape it. Turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface. Be gentle here. We want to keep all those precious air bubbles intact for a soft, fluffy loaf. Flatten the dough slightly and then roll it tightly into a log. This step is so satisfying, isn't it? You're giving the loaf its perfect shape. Place the dough seam side down into a greased loaf pan. Cover it and let it proof again for 30 to 40 minutes until it rises above the rim of the pan. It's getting closer to that golden moment. Now for the final step, baking our beautiful loaf. Preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit. If you like, sprinkle sesame seeds or oats on top for extra flavor and texture. Bake for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the top is golden brown and the loaf sounds hollow when tapped on the bottom. When it's done, let the loaf cool on a wire rack completely. I know the wait is tough, but trust me, it's worth it. And just look at this loaf. Soft, fluffy, and perfect for sandwiches or toast. It's everything you could want in a homemade bread. You can't go wrong with this easy, no-knead bread recipe. It's simple, it's rewarding, and it's made with love. If you're making an eggless version of this bread, don't worry, you can still achieve amazing results. Replace the egg with 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Yogurt is such a fantastic substitute. It adds softness, tenderness, and just a hint of richness to the bread. And the best part, you won't even miss the egg. Just remember to adjust the liquid slightly to maintain that perfect dough consistency. It's all about balance, and you've got this. This substitution works beautifully in most bread recipes, enhancing the texture and giving you that bakery quality result we all love. You'll be amazed at how soft and fluffy your bread turns out. It's like a little miracle in every bite. Now, if you're making gluten-free bread, I've got you covered too. Use a good quality gluten-free flour blend. And here's a little secret. If your blend doesn't already include xanthan gum, adding 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum can make all the difference. It acts like glue, holding everything together beautifully. You'll be amazed at how well it works. And for that perfect structure and texture, add 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk. It's like sprinkling a little magic into your dough. It gives your bread a wonderful crumb and makes it so much more satisfying. You're going to love the result. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who loves homemade food, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more simple and delicious recipes.